Greetings, everyone. This is John Fia. I'm here in my office at Messiah College. I have the Founding Fathers with me. Our producer, Abby Blakeney, is behind the camera. Welcome to the virtual office hours. This is our spring 2016 season. All year, the fall and the spring, we've been talking about this question in the title of my 2011 book, Was America Founded as a Christian Nation? A Historical Introduction. As we say at the beginning of every episode, this book will be out in a new edition in the fall. We've already seen the cover. Maybe we can get that cover on the screen like we did last week. And so we're revisiting some of those ideas. Today, we want to talk about the founders again as a whole. We are going to get into their individual religious beliefs, but what the founders believed about the role of religion in a republic. Remember, the Founding Fathers, and I say this all the time, the Founding Fathers were not theologians, they were not pastors, they were politicians. They were people who were building a nation. They were statesmen, if you want to use that term. As a result, they believed that religion needed to be useful to the republic that they were building. Religion needed to serve in some ways the republic, and if religion could produce good citizens of a republic, then they would find it to be a good thing. And I would say, regardless of their individual personal beliefs, we talked a little bit about that last week, all of the Founding Fathers believed that Christianity and religion generally was useful for producing good, virtuous Republican citizens. Now, I just use that term virtue. In the 18th century, virtue was very much associated with politics. It was a political term. A virtuous person was someone who was willing to sacrifice usually some cases women, but it was a very masculine term, sacrifice his interests for the greater good of the republic, or for the common good of the nation. And a republic, they knew from studying their ancient history when they went to college, or from their reading in some cases, that republics survived when people acted in this self-sacrificial, virtuous way. They at times put down self-interest for the greater good. Now, of course, religion, Christianity or other forms of religion that practice the idea of sacrificing oneself for something greater, the Founding Fathers believed, people who followed this kind of religion made good Republican citizens. So some scholars often talk about this as Christian republicanism. Nevertheless, the founders thought that if religion could serve their goals, serve their needs as statesmen, then they were willing to support it in public life. And indeed, all of them believed that religion was important. I often say this, and I still think it's true when I'm on lecturing on this topic, is if there was some form of religion that did not serve the state, or existed as a counterweight, if you will, to government, or served some prophetic role that would critique government and hold government accountable and show where government was wrong, or show where republicanism didn't work, I'm not sure the Founding Fathers would have any use for that kind of religion. Again, regardless of their individual religious beliefs, the founders thought religion was important to the republic as long as it was creating good, virtuous people. And in that sense, it's hard to find any of the so-called Founding Fathers, any of the people who signed the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence, who did not, to some degree, embrace this idea. So from here on out, we are now going to start looking at some of these individual Founding Fathers and thinking about what their individual ideas were about God, about the Bible, about Christian theology, and so forth. But this last episode and this episode, we wanted to just get some sort of introductory things and some general things out of the way. So stay tuned. We're going to start with George Washington next week, and we will see you then on the virtual office hours.